Ah, yes, Christmas. Everyone's favorite time of year, a time of giving and receiving. This is the only time of the year that is okay for a creepy fat guy to break into your house. What a wonderful time of the year. Or maybe not. Let's talk about that. The origins of Christmas are not just from one holiday, but multiple. These holidays happened around the winter solstice. Because what else are you supposed to do when most of the day is dark? Answer, party! At this time, the Scandinavians celebrated Yuletide. They would light a Yule log and have a feast for as long as the log burned. This could last for as long as 12 days. During this time, they would worship Odin because they believed that at this time he flew around planning the people's fate for the coming years. In Rome, they developed a holiday called Saturnalia. Much like Yuletide, it was celebrated around the winter solstice. As you might have expected, the holiday was to honor Saturn, the god of agriculture. During Saturnalia, debauchery was widespread. Slaves would become masters, and peasants would take control of the city, and this could last up to a month. Now that we talked a little bit about the history of Christmas, what about the symbols of Christmas? Mistletoe, which is a plant, was revered as a sacred plant by Celtic and Norse Druids. They believed that it could protect them from thunder and lightning. During Saturnalia, people would decorate their houses with wreaths and evergreen plants. The Christmas tree came from the Vikings and the Saxons, as they used to worship the evergreen trees. As for it being the birth of Jesus, there's no evidence that he was born anywhere near December 25th. Most people know this though. In Luke 2, it says that they were shepherds outside tending their flock at the time the angels visited them. If it were winter and cold and snowy, the shepherds would not have been outside with their flocks. So, how did it become from a very pagan, debaucherous holiday like Saturnalia or Yuletide to Christmas? Back in the day, many leaders wanted Christianity to become the best and the largest religion in the world because they wanted power. And what's the easiest way to get people to follow you? By compromising. See, at this time, the Catholic Church understood that if you took away festivals like Saturnalia, the people would not convert and might even rebel. So they mixed pagan with Christian. Then Christianity was less Christian and pagan was less pagan. Then Christianity became easier to accept. The first recorded example of Christmas being celebrated was on December 25th in the year 336. The holiday was continued to be celebrated for years within the church, and since it was easy and enjoyable, many more people joined the church. It wasn't until the early 17th century that the next major Christmas incident took place. When Oliver Cromwell took over England in 1645, he outlawed the celebration of Christmas. However, when Charles II came back to the throne, he reinstated it. The pilgrims that came to America understood the pagan origins of the holiday and refused to keep it. They were so serious about it that in Boston from 1659 to 1681, Christmas was outlawed. If you were caught celebrating, you would actually be fined 5 shillings. The origins of Christmas with Saturnalia and Yuletide are not Christian. They are actually very debaucherous and pagan holidays. The only reason Christmas became a Christian holiday is because church leaders wanted it to be, not because God wanted it. God actually warns us against adopting other traditions. Deuteronomy 12:32 says, "Whatever I command you, you shall be careful to do. You shall not add to nor take away from it." The Bible does not say to keep Christmas, so keeping it would be adding to what God wants you to do. 1 John 2:15-17 also states, "Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, and the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life is not of the Father, but it is of the world. And the world passes away, and the lust therefore. But he that does the will of God stays forever." It is easy to see that Christmas did not have Christian origins. It was added for wrong reasons such as power, and is not mentioned once in the Bible. Thus, it is a worldly holiday. When we love God, it means we do what He says, even if it means we are doing away with something we like, such as Christmas. Let's continue to strive to do God's will and show His love.